Hello and welcome to the Gadgets and Gizmos show. I'm Siddharth Sharma and over the next half an hour, we'll get you the latest from the world of technology. But before we do that, let's take a look at the lineup. On the show this week, Deepika Padukone shares her love for technology with us. And Motorola Moto G is in the house. Alright, that was the lineup on the show, but first up we've got the smartphone that everyone is talking about. Yes, we are talking about Motorola's latest Moto G. It's only available at an e-commerce website right now, but people are expecting it to hit stores as well. So next up we get you a preview of the all-new Moto G. Moto G is finally here, and right now it's only available on Flipkart.com. And you will have to reserve one to actually own one. And that too, you'll get a delivery in 6 to 10 days. So why is Moto G so popular in India? It features a quad-core processor in it which everyone wants. And a fast one too. Moto G houses a 1.2 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor coupled with 1 GB of RAM. On top of the powerhouse processor, it has a dual SIM slot, which everyone is looking for these days. Plus, you also get a 4.5-inch HD display with superb color reproduction, and the screen has a minimum refractive index as well. So you can see the screen under the sun as well. Moto G runs on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean operating system right now, and the KitKat update is on its way as well. The design on the Moto G is vibrant, curvy, and the Motorola logo inside the crater just adds a pinch of spice to the style quotient of this smartphone. There is also an option of colorful back panels on the Moto G. So yes, it is a smartphone meant to target the youth. What we guess Motorola Moto G lacks is on the camera. It has just a 5-megapixel camera that is capable of doing HD video recording. But then the images are a bit grainy in low light, and the zoom is not that great either. Moto G is not the top of the line Android smartphone, but sure, it is the one in a budget, and that too, which packs a punch. Moto G is a pocket-sized rocket that is all set to fly high in the market. The price on the 8GB Moto G is 12,499, while the 16GB variant comes at a price tag of Rs 13,999. Now, a performance phone in just 14,000 rupees is what the Indian tech consumer really wanted, and Motorola might just have hit the right spot. Now, moving from one Android phone to another, it's from the house of HTC, and Ankit Gupta gets you a full lowdown on the all-new HTC Desire 700.
That's right, Siddharth. HTC One was a fantastic phone with a great design. Now, as far as HTC Desire 700 is concerned, liking it was a gradual process. But before I get into reviewing this phone, let's look at the specifications.
HTC Desire 700 comes with a 5-inch QHD touchscreen display up front and is powered by a quad-core 1.2 GHz processor with 1 GB of RAM. This is a dual SIM Android smartphone that runs on Android Jelly Bean operating system. At the back, it has a 8-megapixel camera that is capable of shooting HD videos, and up front, it sports a 1.2-megapixel secondary camera for video calling as well. HTC Desire 700 is priced at Rs 27,750.
The nicest thing about this phone is the matte finish at the back. Now, this helps you grip the phone really well and it does not slip. The other great thing about this phone are the green accents on the speaker. It is a dual speaker phone, so there are green accents at the front and at the back holding the camera. Now, these are beautiful to me. I think they were exceptionally well placed. The camera is extremely well placed, and your fingers do not come in the way of taking pictures. So that is a great design element to have. The phone works on 1.2 GHz quad-core processor. It has about 8 GB of internal memory. However, you will only get 4 GB of memory, so that would mean that you would have to rely on the micro SD slot, which is inside quite heavily. It is upgradable to 64 GB. The Desire 700's display is a QHD display. Now it is a 5-inch screen but does not have a full HD display. Instead, it has something known as the QHD display. Now for a phone which costs this much, this is a little bit of a letdown. The bad news about this phone is the fact that it lets go of the simple Android UI. This phone, HTC, like all of its other phone, uses something known as the HTC Sense UI. Now what happens with HTC Sense UI is it has a bunch of snazzy animations which lag a little bit, and then nothing is simple. For example, a simple thing like copy and paste requires way too many taps on the screen. HTC Desire 700 currently runs on 4.1 Jelly Bean, which is the older version of this operating system. However, this is a bit strange because HTC Desire 501 runs on the recent version of Jelly Bean. Now this is a bit odd because 501 is relatively lower price and this is a higher price model. So why would there be an older variant of Jelly Bean on this is beyond me. When it comes to the battery, the phone did really well. I was connected to Wi-Fi for the entire day and I needed to charge this phone only once. However, when I was playing HD videos on this phone, the battery only lasted me 5 hours. The phone suffers from slight lags in display when you play HD videos, and this lag also appears when you're browsing in multiple windows. However, once you get used to this phone, you probably will not notice it half as much. The other thing on this phone is the heating issue. Much like a previous model of phone that I used from HTC, this phone too warms up quite quickly when you're playing a game. Now, the other USP of this phone, it is this sound. It's a dual speaker phone, so the sound has got great bass and it is really, really loud. Now for one of the other things that we all buy a phone for, the camera. This phone has an 8 megapixel camera at the back and a 2 megapixel camera in the front. The camera is really good at the back for taking pictures in daylight, but as soon as you start taking pictures in low light, they will have lots of grain and noise. So, not so great results if you want to take pictures at the back. There is an LED flashlight at the back which works, but in low light again, it does not give you a great result. So in the end, HTC Desire 700. I think this is a great media phone, but it is highly overpriced. At least for me, but for you, maybe not.
Now, when it comes to design on a smartphone, HTC aces it all the time. Now, moving from all the smartphone action, it's time for some tablet action on the show. And HP came up with 2 new tablets in the market with a new brand ambassador as well. So let's have a look at that story. Computing companies are diversifying, and after Dell came up with their new tablets in the market, the Dell Venue 7 and the Venue 8, it was HP's turn to enter into that space. And they preferred doing it in style, and that too with a new brand ambassador. HP came out with 2 new tablets in the market. Meet the HP Slate 6 Voice Tab and the HP Slate 7 Voice Tab. Now, HP says that the 6-inch avatar of the smart device is a tablet and not a phablet. And by the looks of it, a good one too. Slate 6 is priced at Rs 22,990 and flaunts a 6-inch 720p IPS display up front. It packs a Marvel PXA 1088 quad-core system-on-chip clocked at 1.2 GHz and is paired with 1 GB of RAM. Slate 6 also features a 5 megapixel rear camera, 2 megapixel front camera, front-facing stereo speakers, 16 GB of internal storage that can be expandable up to 64 GB using a micro SD card, and a 3000 mAh battery. For connectivity, you get 3G support, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 3.0, and on the software front, it runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. There is also a dual SIM support on the Slate 6.
I think mobility is much broader than just a tablet. Mobility, even the laptops that we do, highly mobile. You can take them anywhere, you can have them connected anywhere. But what we're doing with these new launches is we're catering to a set of users or a segment of market space which is new for us. We hadn't done it earlier through this usage pattern. We'd done it earlier through our laptops, but through a tablet of 6 and 7 inch, we'd not done it earlier. So we are absolutely appealing to the millennials, that we said, to the aspirants and to the young professionals to become extremely productive, because these devices are productive, and also have a great entertainment experience.
On the other hand, they also came up with the 7-inch HP Slate as well. It also runs on a 1.2 GHz quad-core Marvell PX8 1088 processor, has dual SIM capabilities, a 5-megapixel camera, and a huge 41 mAh battery. The HP Slate 7 voice tab comes in white color and is priced at Rs 16,990. Now, after the launch, we caught up with Deepika Padukone, who was presented with the HP Slate 6 voice tab by the company. Alright, we've got the beautiful and gorgeous, the young youth icon Deepika Padukone with us, joining on the Gadgets and Gizmos show. So Deepika, tell us, you've been very active on the technology space, on Twitter. So your love for Twitter?
I think for me it's really, my way to interact with my fans. I don't really doesn't really get the opportunity to interact unless you have, when you're promoting a film is when one usually gets to physically interact with your fans. And I think when you're not doing that, I think any sort of social media platform is a great way to stay connected.
All right, so tell us, you're the new brand ambassador for HP new tablets. So your experience with the new Slate 6, if I may say.
I'm still exploring it. It's something that's been given to me about a week ago and should be available in the market from tomorrow, I think. And I really right now feel like a child in a candy shop. I'm like, oh my God, it has this too, it has this, it has that. But I think for me, what I've discovered is the most favorite are the speakers. Okay. I love music, and you have an app which helps you download the HP music app, sort of helps you download all the latest music, and doubles up for me as great speakers that I can just listen to music wherever I want.
Okay, so what's the device that you're using right now, presently? Apart from the HP tablet, of course.
This is the only one I've been using. You don't see anything else around.
All right, and how do you interact with your fans? Are you more active on Twitter, or are you more active on, other social networking platforms such as Instagram or something?
I'm actually the most active when it comes to replying to fan mail, like letters. Yeah, so every mail that I receive, if it's an autograph, I send it back to them. If it's a letter, whatever it is, I try and respond, and I do it myself.
All right, so final question. Selfies was the word of 2013. A lot of Bollywood stars have been taking them. So what's your take on the selfies?
I think the word for 2014 will be HP Slate voice tab.
All seems going good for HP with both the launches. But are the new tablets worth it? We'll get you a review next week on the show, and we'll surely tell you guys about it. For now, HP can bask in the glory of 2 good-looking tablets and 1 gorgeous brand ambassador. Welcome back. You're watching the Gadgets and Gizmos show with me, Siddharth Sharma. Now, a lot of music apps have been doing their rounds on the Google Play Store and, of course, the Apple iTunes stores as well. And next up, Wani gets you an app that's making some buzz in the market.
Music is the soundtrack of our daily life. We love music, it's in our bones. But what happens when you have to listen to music online with really slow connection speeds of internet? It can be really annoying, right? So what do? You go to the music channels, you listen to the radio, you buy ringtones, or you simply download. It's but an easy solution to the menace of piracy. Hailed as the Spotify of India, Saavn, the online music streaming service, is a free app on Android and iPhone, which is taking the worldwide digital music platform by the storm. Saavn gets its edge from the innovations done in the construct and the function of the app.
Some of the features that I'd quickly highlight include multi-bit rate adaptive streaming, right? So we're able to recognize in real time the strength of connection that you have on your device to your carrier network. And based on that connection, either strengthening or weakening in real time, we're able to serve up the most appropriate quality of file, such that when you're streaming content off of Saavn, there's very little to no buffering.
So when it comes to music experience, it's integral that you share your playlist and your tracks with your family and friends. And here, Saavn is seen to partner with Facebook and Shazam in a huge way.
The partnership with Firefox is very interesting in that it's still a widely used browser here in India, and we've integrated with their social API as a browser plugin. What that essentially means is that as you go out and traverse the web, whether you're shopping on Flipkart or reading news on Headlines Today, or any other activity on the web, you'll have a sidebar on your browser that allows you to see what's going on in the Saavn community, new releases that are coming out, new playlists that are being created, and in the future some of your friends' activities, so you're literally one click away of some of the exciting things that are going on in the world of music.
Delivering a seamless listening experience with the smartest search, Saavn offers the largest library of music on the web.
We developed a very strong phonetic search algorithm that's able to recognize the music track or album that people are looking for as they're typing the first couple of words.
There is practically no need of saving or transferring music with it. Just ensure an internet connection. If you do not have that, you could sign into the paid version of Saavn Pro, where you can listen to songs offline without ads. So giving that uninterrupted music experience, definitely this app gives you the song that you're looking for. My playlist is in place, and I would say this is a must app for all music lovers.
Okay, recently India's biggest automotive show happened in New Delhi. Yes, we're talking about the Auto Expo 2014, where Nissan unveiled its GT Racing Academy. So if you have a PlayStation 3 at your home, you might as well become a racing driver. Let's have a look. Recently, the Auto Expo was held in Greater Noida. With over 70 new car launches and loads of rubber, tucked in a corner of the Nissan booth was a showcase into the Nissan GT Racing Academy. Played on the latest PlayStation 3 or 4 Gran Turismo 6 with the Nissan 370Z on the Silverstone circuit. This can turn gamers into real racing drivers. The GT Racing Academy has a free registration process, and then you are given 10 minutes on the controller to make a fast lap. If you land up on the top of the charts, you get a chance to become an actual racing driver. You've got a PlayStation 3 at home and you're on the PlayStation network, you can download the Nissan module with the 370Z on it and go actually and ride your car at the Silverstone, which is not easy at all. Once you set up the time, and if yours is the best lap time from India, Nissan will condition and coach you to become a racing driver. And you get to compete in reality with winners from other countries, and if you win there as well, the world is your oyster and you can actually become a real racing sensation. But if you've missed the chance to participate at the Auto Expo, no worries, they will be coming to your city very soon. And if you have a PlayStation 3 or 4 at home, any PlayStation player can join the competition with a simple download from the PlayStation Store.